Omar Esop here, and in today's video I gotta talk about nutrition. I haven't talked about it for a long time, and I'm not gonna tell you, simple rules like make sure to eat your macaronis, track your macros and so forth, eat enough calories to grow. These are slightly unconventional tips I'm going to give you that are no less important. The first one I want to talk about is eat foods that we would say are micronutrient dense, so what people would call healthy foods, that are agreeable with your palate, with your taste palate, what you enjoy. You need to come up with a list of foods that are so-called, once again, healthy or micronutrient dense, and then make sure you incorporate those into your diet. I'm not saying, I'll give you an example of fats, right? When we talk about fats, people are like, oh, what are good fats to eat? And I'll quickly list off, I'll say like coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin coconut oil, the nut butters, I would say fish oil, I would say avocados, I would say, flax seeds, some seeds and nuts and so forth, just off the top of my head. Now, does that mean you have to eat every single one of those? You must eat pumpkin seeds in order to get gains? No. You choose from that list a more dense nutrients, dense sources of fat, what you enjoy, and incorporate it into your diet. So, what I always argue, and what I'll tell clients, if there's no loss in fidelity or choice or flavor for you, and you can incorporate those choices that are more micronutrient dense, so that avocado, right? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it into your diet. And then also fit the other things that you enjoy. It's about that balance. Don't stress over it either which way. The second thing I want to talk about, I would say for guys, this is a huge one. I fucking forgot the point. I forgot the point. Nah, forget it this time. Haha. Point number 2, I want to talk about only eating foods that agree with your body. What do I mean? Well, sometimes you have intolerances or foods you don't handle well. You know that when you get bloated, maybe you break out, you get lethargic, you get distended, you have diarrhea, who knows? But everyone has those food items. And I can say for myself, the commercial cow dairy does not agree with me. I break out, right? And that's why a lot of whey protein powder for myself, the ones that are sold that have lactose, that have a whole bunch of extra added attractions like sucralose and so forth, doesn't agree with my stomach. So I make it a simple rule that I only eat foods that satisfy me, that sit well with me. So, a nice steak dinner, fantastic. Having a whole big old glass of cow's milk, not so hot for my body, so I don't eat it. You have to make the same choice. I know there's a lot of common food items that we eat on a regular basis, but if you find like a lot of people that have whey protein powder and they buy the low quality one, and maybe it's the lactose, who knows what it is, but it doesn't agree with them and they either get the shits or maybe they're constipated, yet they endure with that because they think they must have that in order to get gains, stop it, right? Make it easy on your body. If you're constantly bloated or not feeling right after eating a particular food item, it's not for you. And you'd be shocked at how many people continue to do this. Point number 3. Last point I want to talk about, guys. Holy shit, I forgot the third point. Finding the golden mean between your carbohydrate consumption and your fat consumption in your meals, in your diet. And why should you care about this? Well, it has to do with nutrient partitioning, your genetics. How much activity you do will determine the balance between those two. The more exercise you do, right, the more carbohydrates you'll need. You'll find that athletes, those that have by and large better genetics because they have better partitioning, they can handle more carbohydrates. By and large, those that, let's say myself, if I'm not exercising as much, I will 100% lower my total carbohydrate intake. Really, it's a balance between those two, those energy nutrients. Your protein will remain relatively constant, right? Maybe somewhere around 1 gram per pound of body weight, but the other two are floating somewhere there, and you adjust them. What I personally like to do on days that I exercise or that I have more activity, I will up my carbohydrate consumption. On the other hand, if I'm, let's say, feeling ill or not as active, I will up my fat intake. Discovering the balance for yourself is very important. There's no one size fits all. Well, guys, I didn't want to eat up too much of your time talking about nutrition. I'm trying to frame it in another way, right? Another perspective for you guys to see it. Talking about making sure you get those micronutrients through foods that you love. Very important for all the major functions of your body to keep your energy level up, make sure your body's recovering effectively. Do not neglect the micronutrients. The second point I talked about was really when we talk about foods, finding foods that sit well with you. I find too many people will sacrifice in order they think to win by eating foods that might be disagreeable with their body, but they heard from someone, oh, I must eat this, it must be good for you. and it causes problems. Eat foods that agree with you. Last point, remember, as I said before, you want to make sure you find that golden balance between carbs and fats. Only you can determine that slowly over time as you analyze your body. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like the video if you like the video, and I'll be seeing all you guys in the next video. Peace!